Huwag yung kayong magkadisgrasyahan tayo niyan. Sinasabi ko madidisgrasya kayo. At madidisgrasya kayo. Hindi ako urong dito. And I said, I would stake my honor, my life, and even the presidency.
Good morning, Malacañang Press Corps. Happy Monday. Let's now have Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque.
Hi, happy Monday, Pilipinas, and good morning to the ladies and gentlemen of the Malacañang Press Corps. Now, I've not actually addressed the latest remark of the President where he said, and I quote, "My only sin is EJK." Now, I've issued a statement on this last Saturday. I'd like to reiterate that the context of what the President said is that EJK are the only criticisms leveled against him and that no one has ever accused him of corruption. I don't think this amounts to an admission because for it to be an admission or a declaration against interest, he must have explicitly admitted to the crime of murder, which he has not. No? I'd like to emphasize that there is actually no crime under both domestic law or international law as EJK. In fact, this is a misleading term because killing in our Constitution and in our laws is never legal, so there is no such thing as extrajudicial killings. No? So it's either a lawful killing or an unlawful killing. I am at the very least amused at statements of some of the critics of the President saying that this declaration or so-called admission will bolster their complaint in the ICC. I'd like to reiterate there is no pending preliminary investigation in the ICC as of yet. What is pending only is a communication addressed to the prosecutor. It is not yet at the level of preliminary investigation. No? The prosecutor at this stage is only examining if she should in fact proceed to a preliminary investigation. Having said that, number one, this cannot be taken as an admission, as I said, because the President was not admitting to murder. Number two, before it can be admitted, it presupposes that the International Criminal Court already has jurisdiction. I reiterate, because of the principle of complementarity, the ICC can only have jurisdiction if our courts, our prosecutors are unable or unwilling to exercise jurisdiction. We have a domestic statute also penalizing crimes against humanity, and therefore, it is incumbent upon the complainants to show that the Philippine judicial system, the Philippine justice system is simply not working. I will give you an idea of the different countries under investigation by the ICC to show you what is meant by unwillingness or unable. No? Democratic Republic of Congo. Although this was a situation for investigation referred by the Congo government itself. Uganda, again, this was a referral by the government of Uganda by itself. Darfur, Sudan, which was referred to the court by the Security Council of the United Nations. Central African Republic, again, it is a situation referred by the state of Central African Republic itself. Kenya, which is a motu proprio investigation. Libya, referred to the ICC by the UN Security Council. Cote d'Ivoire, which is referral of the state itself. Well, this is motu proprio investigation. Mali, referred by the government of Mali. Central African Republic, by the Central African Republic. Georgia, motu proprio. Burundi, motu proprio. You will see that for the countries under investigation, an overwhelming majority of these investigations were referred to by state parties themselves. And it is state parties referring to the court for investigation acts of mostly non-state actors engaged in armed conflicts. No? So to those who are saying this will bolster any case in the ICC, one, there is no case pending in the ICC. Number two, there can be no admission if there was no admission made to any criminal act. And number three, it presupposes that our domestic courts, domestic judicial system is simply not working. Now, I will repeat this. Every lawyer, every judge in this country should be insulted by the statements made by individuals that the ICC should exercise jurisdiction. I refuse to concede and admit as a Filipino lawyer, as an officer of the court that our courts are unable or unwilling to exercise jurisdiction. We have a working criminal justice system in the Philippines. Those who have the complaints against the president better file their complaints against him here in the Philippines. But I will not concede that we have a judicial system similar to that of Congo, Uganda, Sudan, Central African Republic, Libya, Cote d'Ivoire. I'm sorry if they are in any way slighted by my statement, but I stand by that. We have a working criminal justice system. Questions, please.
Questions, MPC? Follow-up, Joyce Balancho.
Sir, bukod dun sa ICC, si former Ateneo Law Dean Tony Lavinia also mentioned that it can be used for impeachment against
He's
the
simply
president.
wrong. He's not a specialist in the field. He's wrong. It presupposes that our judicial system is not working in the first place. Number two, it presupposes that the president actually admitted to murder. Did he? Not by virtue of the context of what he said. As I said, there's even no crime as EJK. It's a misnomer because, there can never be judicial killings in this country because we have done away with the death penalty.
Impeachment, sir? Yung sinabi ni Tony Lavinia.
Oh,
can be used-
let him start. He cannot vote because he's not a member of Congress, and I'm sure it will also be dismissed by Congress, not because it's a political process, but because it's utterly bereft of merit.
Questions, MPC? Chris Jose?
Sir, inalis na po sa terrorist blacklist si Joma Sison ng EU.
Hindi ko po alam kung totoo yan. I will find out. But I have no information as of yet. I've seen the news today. I've not seen that news.
Yes, sir.
Maricel.
Sir, just to follow up. Sir, if it's indeed true, what will be the implication of that?
Hindi ko pa po alam. Hindi ko pa po alam at hindi ko rin alam kung ano yung proseso. But I do not know if Joma Sison is considered a terrorist by the United States. No? So hindi ko po alam kung ano yung balitang yan. So let me find out and let me verify.
Sir, just a quick clarification on the documentary aired by the BBC. Dun po kasi sa documentary, you mentioned that UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston clarified the name of the president when it comes to the issue of Davao Death Squad. But on the same documentary, they mentioned that your interpretation is quite interesting because according to Philip Alston, hindi naman daw tinanggal yung o hindi naman daw totally sinabi na hindi involved.
Yes, I also mentioned in the BBC that what the Philip Alston report said was administrative lapses, and it's there. Will someone please get the relevant paragraph cited by BBC, and will you please write a letter to BBC? Because they should not have just limited it to mentioning the paragraphs. They should actually have shown what Philip Alston said. And it is clear there that his conclusion is administrative liability for failure to investigate, perhaps, no? So we can refer to the same paragraphs. Can someone get it now? Dun sa BBC, yung report, yung paragraph, so that we can go through the paragraphs now and see that what I'm saying is correct? Hirap dun sa reporter na yon, ang haba nung aming interview. Nakikipag-argue sa akin on legal points. I'm the only counsel who is accredited in the ICC list of counsel. Makiki-argue siya sa akin. Oh. So, please produce the Alston report.
Ian Cruz?
Good morning, sir. Sir, si Congressman Bertis may video, CCTV dun sa NAIA. Parang hindi niya finalo. Hindi talaga niya finalo yung protocol ng airport. May reaction po ba doon ng palasyo?
Wala po, that's for Congressman Bertis to comment. I speak for the President only. I understand he has his own press conference today at 10 a.m.
May mga nagbabanggit din na parang may ginamit ba siya mga pangalan ng palasyo nung kino-confront niya yung mga taga-NAIA?
I've seen the video, wala naman pong audio, so I would not know kung may binanggit siya mga pangalan.
Pero may mga info, sir, na gano'n, ano? May binanggit daw ng mga pangalan. Paano kung gano'n, sinasangkalan ng palasyo pagdating dun sa mga gano'ng proseso?
I will not speculate, but I think you can look at the video of the President himself going to the airport and undergoing exact same security procedure as everyone else.
Jinky?
Hi sir, good morning
Hi,
po.
Jinky.
Sir, doon lang ako sa earthquake na nangyari sa Indonesia at saka yung tsunami. Ano pong tulong ay extend natin for
Well, ngayon po, fina-finalize na po ng DFA yung ipapahiwatig natin na tulong sa Indonesia. Pero nakikiramay po talaga tayo sa ating karatig bansa na Indonesia. Napakadami pong namatay. Alam ko po, ang Pilipinas, napakadami rin nating aberya. Pero napakalaking aberya po itong nangyari dito sa ating kapit pa bansang Indonesia. So ngayong araw po ito, nakausap ko na si Yusek Abella, fina-finalize na po nila kung ano yung mai-offer nating tulong para sa Indonesia.
Sir, aside from that, dahil nakipag-usap na rin kayo sa DFA, I presume, sir, may mga Filipino po bang naapektuhan doon?
Wala pa pong reports but we are looking into the matter if there are any Filipino casualties as we speak now.
Yeah, if in case, sir, ano kaya ang particular natin may tutulong sa mga kababayan talaga natin?
Well, of course, we have an obligation to immediately provide them assistance where they are and if need be to relocate them at the soonest time possible.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Raymond Tinasa.
Sir, follow-up, going back kay Mr. Bertis. But being the spokesperson of the President, is that acceptable, that act of arrogance?
Ang sinabi ko po, even the President complies with the security checks of the airport. No? He goes through the X-ray machine and he does not ask for any special treatment.
So, categorically, that's unacceptable.
Well, hindi ko po alam talaga. Ang sinasabi kasi ni Congressman Bertis, nagagalit siya because there were Chinese-looking individuals na hindi pinatanggal ang sapatos. So, hindi ko po alam ang mga pangyayari. Hayaan po natin mag-imbestiga muna ang NEA. At pag meron na pong investigasyon, siguro yun ang panahon na magbigay ng komento.
Oh, but without getting into any other issue, but that showing of the ID, is that acceptable?
Ay nako, Raymond, I would rather wait hanggang matapos ang investigasyon because right now hindi pa po natin talaga alam ang pangyayari. We will issue a statement siguro when we have received the official investigation report from NEA. For now, let's defer any statement and any judgment on the incident.
Okay.
Rosary Cos.
Sir, follow-up din po sa issue na yan, sir. Mga kritiko po, isinisisi rin po sa Pangulo yung pangyayari dahil refleksyon daw po yun ang pamumuno ng Presidente sa mga kaalyado niya. Kung paanong nagpakita daw po ng hindi maganda yung isang kaalyado ay ganun din daw po yung pinapakita ng Pangulo.
Kalukuhan po yan. Dahil ako po, kaalyado ako ni Presidente. Halos araw-araw nag-airport ako. Ako po yung sumusunod sa mga security requirements ng NEA. Ano lang po yan, katunayan na wala na silang mabatong issue kasi umakit na naman ang rating si Presidente to very good. Akala nila, nagtagumpay na sila na sumadsad na ang ratings. Sorry na lang po sila.
Follow-up, Joyce.
Pero sir, any advice na lang po sa government officials para maiiwasan yung mga ganitong may mga napapatikos because of not following protocol? You've already mentioned the President himself is following protocol.
Well, ako lang, let's learn by way of example from what the President is doing. Hindi po humihingi ng special treatment ang Presidente. Alam niyo po, minsan, ako mismo, I find it incredible na yung minsan na nanggaling kami ng Bukidnon, going to CDO, gabing-gabi na, we went by land, yung presidential convoy po tumitigil sa mga red lights. Sabi ko, talaga? Parang, di ba kaya kami convoy na ganito para dire-diretso? Pero ang President po, the President really insists, even if he is in a convoy, even to follow traffic rules and traffic lights. So kung ganyan po ang Presidente, sana lahat po ng mga opisyalis ng bayan, sumunod na rin po sa ganitong ehemplo.
Okay, question? From Nat Mariano, question lang. Sabi daw po ni Manila Economic and Cultural Office Chairman Angelito Banayo sa column niya today na historical Balangiga bells will likely be returned to the country in December. Any details daw po nun?
Well, alam nyo, medyo sensitibo po itong Balangiga bells and I've agreed to the DFA not to issue any statements until the bells actually arrive, if they do arrive. So hayaan na muna natin na makipag-usap ang mga kinakaukulan para maibalik ang Balangiga bells.
MPC question. Evelyn Quiroz.
Good morning, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
you're saying na we have a working criminal justice system. So talagang dapat dito po yung case.
Dito po
hindi sa-
talaga ang kaso dahil ang ICC is reserved as a court of last resort. Ang problema, wala naman po nagdidemanda dito kay Presidente. Pwede rin naman pong, miski meron siyang immunity while he sits in office, pwede po mag-file sa Ombudsman and the Ombudsman can investigate for purposes of recommending impeachment proceedings. And I'm sure after 3 more years, because he only has about 3 years left in office, pwede naman siya makasuhan, no? In the same way na nakasuhan si former President Erap and former President Arroyo after their term of office.
Sir, pero tinutuloy po nila yung investigation doon. So kung paano kung magkaroon ng findings?
Wala pa pong
So,
investigation, no?
Ay, sa
It's not a preliminary,
preliminary,
investigation. It's a
sir.
preliminary
It's a pre-
examination, no? So,
paano po yung-
well, isa po sa tatanungin nila dapat at ireresolbahin kung gumagana ba ang mga lokal na hukuman sa Pilipinas. At kung may ebidensya na gumagana ang mga hukuman sa Pilipinas, hindi dapat magpatuloy ang ICC. Kaya nga po nag-decide ng Presidente na umalis kasi pati dun sa preliminary examination, dapat kinonsidera na yon. Inisa-isa ko po yung mga bansa kung saan nag-i-investigate sila. Talagang hindi po gumagana ang mga hukuman doon. Insulto po sa lahat ng abogado, sa lahat ng mga huwes, sa lahat ng Pilipino, yung sinasabi ng mga nagsasampa sa ICC na hindi gumagana ang ating mga institutions dito. Kakaiba po tayo sa Burundi, sa Sudan, dahil gumagana po ang mga sistemang katarungan dito sa ating bayan.
Thank you, sir.
Di man siya perpekto, gumagana pa rin.
Ian Cruz.
Secretary, may mga info na nag-resign na daw si Asek Mocha. Totoo po ba?
Wala po akong impormasyon na nakakalap tungkol dyan.
Apo. Meron din mga lumalabas, sir, na nakinansela daw yung travel order niya to New York.
Wala rin po ako nalalaman dyan dahil iba po ang departamento ng PCOO sa Office of the Presidential Spokesperson.
Sir, may naharang po na suspected ISIS member, Pakistani national doon sa Clark. May info na po ba tayo kung gaano kalaki itong naharang nila?
Ongoing pa po ang investigation. As soon as authorities again conclude with the investigation, I'm sure I would be the first to know and I will relay to you in turn.
Okay. Rosalie.
Sir, ibang issue lang po. Regarding po dun sa panel of experts sa Deng Baksha controversy, meron na po bang napili? I believe, supposedly, pagbalik po sa labas ng bansa, may napili na po si Pangulo eh.
Kasi narinig ko rin na may napili na, no? But I will verify this. But for my information, like you, parang may napili na sa listahan. And I think they have, well, let me verify. In our next press briefing, we will verify the status of the panel. Okay?
Questions?
Baka magkamali lang.
MPC, no more questions. Ina?
Okay?
Ian.
Last na lang. Yung mga economic manager, sir, mayroon na ba silang bagong policy na gustong i-suggest kay Presidente tungkol dun sa pag-mitigate ng inflation? Kasi ang 60 pesos per liter na raw po ang average price ng ibang produktong petrolyo. May plano na ba na isuspend muna excise tax?
Nasa batas po yan, pag umabot ng certain amount, wala na pong gagawin ng kahit sino, automatic po masususpende yon. So sana po hindi umabot doon. Pero nung binuo po yung batas, meron din po silang foresight na baka nga tumaas ang langis at kinakailangan isuspend yung collection ng additional excise taxes. So nasa batas na po yan.
Okay. Christine Abendano.
Sir, did you talk to the President about his statements on the EJK?
Well, ngayon po hindi pa. Ang ginawa ko, review ko yung actual footage at review ko yung transcript kasi unfortunately I was not in Malacañang. I was ninong in a wedding, no? But I did review the transcript and the video itself because minsan hindi mo maintindihan yung konteksto ng presidente when you just go through the transcript. But when I saw the video, it became very clear to me what he was saying. He was just emphasizing a point that no one has criticized him for being corrupt. And when he said that my only sin is EJK, he meant people do criticize me for extrajudicial killings, but that's not an admission. To be an admission, it must be very clear that he was admitting to the commission of a criminal act, and to me, that was not an admission.
So the way
And there must also be an intent.
So the way you interpreted it, sir, is the way you think the President would explain it.
I think that's exactly what he said, given the totality of the context of the statement.
It was very general for us.
Well, it was in relation to the fact that no one has accused him of corruption. And then he said, my only sin is EJK. So if at all, that's what people accuse him of.
Okay. Raymond? Okay. MPC question? Evelyn?
Sir, you mentioned earlier yung admission, di ho ba dalawang klaseng admission, isang general and specific. So parehong hindi po
Parehong hindi po
bumabagsak
yan.
doon yung sinabi ni
Wala pong intent to admit to the commission of a crime. Kaya nga po sa ating saligang batas, even extrajudicial admissions need to be in writing and to be made in the presence of counsel. So, very strict po tayo pagdating dyan sa mga ganyang mga admissions.
Thank you, sir.
Nakakaaliw lang po yung mga kritiko ng presidente. At saka nakakaaliw yung ignorance nila na in the first place, wala naman pong jurisdiction na ICC dahil gumagana po ang ating katarungan, sistema ng katarungan sa ating bayan.
Question?
Now, kung wala na pong questions, I'd like to introduce the Philippine Canoe Kayak Dragon Boat Federation. Sila po ay sumali sa 2018 International Canoe Federation World Championships sa Lake Lanier, Georgia, USA nitong September 13 to 16 at nagbigay parangal sa ating bansa. Nakapag-uwi po sila ng 5 gold medals at 2 silver medals. At upang ibahagi ang kanilang naging karanasan ay kasama po natin ngayon ang 2 sa mga miyembro ng PCKDF, sila Hermie Macaranyas at Raymart Nevado. Ladies and gentlemen of the Malacañang Press Corps, for our Good News Monday, the Philippine Canoe Kayak Dragon Boat Federation. Sa likod kayo, tayo kayo lahat. All the members of the team, sa likod kayo. Yan. So, ikaw si Raymart. Hello, welcome to the Malacañang Press Corps. Sino naman dito? Si Hermie. Si Hermie po ay aking cousin. He is kasing itim ko siya. Okay. So, please, kwento nyo naman anong tagumpay ninyo. Sinong unang magsasalita? Sige na, go.
So yun, natutuwa po kami kasi syempre, lalaki po ng kalaban namin, hindi po ina-expect na mananalo kami. Tsaka ma-Amerikano po yun, kami baliliit po namin. So yun, laking karangalan po na nanalo po kami sa naiangat po namin banderang Pilipinas po sa Georgia, USA po. Yun.
And sige, ikaw naman, Raymart.
Napakalaking pagkakataon po sa amin yung marinig mo yung national anthem natin na kinakanta sa ibang bansa. Lalo-lalo dun sa lugar na yun, sa USA. Bihira lang marinig yun dun. So, yung mga tao dun taga Pilipinas, yung mga Filipino community dun, natuwa sila sa amin. Kaya nagpapasalamat din po kami.
Dumating po sila sa aking tanggapan para humingi ng tulong kasi humingi sila na bigyan din sila ng incentive ng Philippine Sports Commission. So nananawagan tayo sa Philippine Sports Commission, nanalo naman po sila ng World Championship. Sana maibigyan din sila ng incentive gaya ng mga atleta na nanalo po sa Asian Games. Meron kayong katanungan? Wala ngang binibigay eh. Wala kang binibigay.
No, sir. Magkano hinihingi nilang incentive?
Well, siguro kung ano yung binibigay ng Philippine Sports Commission sa mga nanalo sa Asian Games.
Tayo, sir, sa Malacañang, meron din? Ibibigay din sa kanila?
Sasabihan ko si Presidente. Magbigay din siya ng incentive, gaya ng incentive na binigay niya sa mga Asian Games. No? Sasabihan ko rin po.
Yes. Sir, follow-up lang ulit. Curious lang ako, anong mga paghahanda ang ginawa ninyo for you to be able to have this success?
Marami po kasi siyempre laro po yun, parang gera po yun eh. So kailangan po talaga namin mag-ensayo po ng matindi. Kasi yung mga kalaban po namin, hindi po biro yung mga malalaki, mga tanggad. Halos 6-footer po ata yung average po ng mga height nila eh. Tsaka yung mga halos bodybuilder pa yung kalaban namin. So yun talagang kailangan po talaga namin mag-ensayo mabuti.
Wala kayong na-feel na inferiority complex dahil nga syempre malalaki sila. So anong naging inspirasyon nyo para labanan?
Of course, yung mga nakapaligid po namin mga tao, yung mga sumusuporta po, din yung mga pamilya po namin. So yun po, yung PSC, POC, yun, inspiration po namin kasi sila po yung tumutulong po sa amin para pumunta ko saan po yung laban po na tatahakin po namin.
Okay, MPC, no more questions? Okay, maraming salamat.
Okay, maraming salamat po and see you tomorrow at 1:30ish.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque, sa ating mga bisita. Congratulations.
Palakpakan naman natin sila.
Back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.